So, I saw this video of Jordan Peterson talking about the candy house, in which the devouring mother is represented by the witch who's in the candy house that fattens you up to eat you. The story of Hansel and Gretel. And then the carrot that's dangled in front of you, that's kind of similar to the candy in the candy house. So think of all the examples where you manipulated with a carrot dangled in front of you. Okay, the most obvious one throughout history is you can have everything you want, extreme pleasure for all eternity, heaven, and you got to do what I tell you to do. Follow the instructions in the Bible, and you go to heaven. And if you don't, after you die, you go to hell. So carrot and stick, right there, okay? Explore that, how that happens, and everywhere you see that going on. I've been in college classroom where I've had to tolerate abuse and be silenced because I wanted the grade to get my college degree that I wanted. So the carrot in that case, you want to go to school, you want to get credibility, you have to put up with abuse to get it. So someone has something you want, they're able to manipulate. So I see people who have chemical dependency, for example, and so the supplier, and the reason manipulators want this supply to be illegal, because then they're the only ones who can supply it. You see, and I see so many families subjugated to, controlled by somebody who has someone in that family dependent on the supply. So then they have to do what is told. And then there's not only chemical, so maybe someone's supplying validation or sexual satisfaction or something, and then that's used as a bait or supply. Well, yeah, women do use their bodies to manipulate men and have power over them. How much of that goes on? Okay, now you can replace that gender, but a woman it's usually men that go after women. You see magazines, women's magazines have pictures of women, men's magazines have pictures of women. Right? So a woman's body is used to manipulate people, whether they're men or women, who want woman's body, right? How much of that goes on? That alone, just that by itself, the manipulation of people by politicians are manipulated by women's body, by women, by bribed by it, baited by it, blackmailed by it, right? How much of that goes on, right? So then that would explain the corrupt laws, because all of the politicians who are corrupted by being bribed or blackmailed by sex, and then also bribed by money, and then threatened. So all the threats, they don't take the threats seriously. The threats that manipulate people, but police obviously do not, the laws and the law enforcement do not protect against that. Restraining order. It's seeing the dynamics of what's going on in every situation. Look at what's happening in every situation, the dynamic. What's the motivation? What's being exchanged? What's being sought after? What's the intention of every element, every individual involved? Look at it. Look deeper than what's presented. And then you start to see the patterns. And then, so don't be dependent on anything. Don't see it when you're being manipulated by someone, or there are individuals that care about you and love you and make you happy because they love you. That does exist. There are lights, points of light, candles in the darkness. I do see you, I do love you, I do appreciate you. You are my heroes.